All right, hi everyone. We're on Facebook Live. We're God, I just love the studio. Don't you love the studio?
It's very
We're in the,
I like how we have the Christmas lights up.
we're in the next door studio, and we're here with Andrea Vallely. She is from Spread Happy. Now, if you watched Eric and I on CBS 12 News at 9, Andrea has been coming out every Monday to kind of give us some tools and tips to be more happy in our lives.
I think it's working.
It is. Yeah, he's been a lot happier.
Really?
So today we wanted to continue the discussion on Andrea's segment about holiday stress.
Yeah.
Don't invite the in-laws.
Oh, yeah. Don't invite the That was Gary, our
it's
photographer. He said that. All right, so we talked about, I get so stressed out. Like, I was in tears this weekend because it just feels so overwhelming to me with everything. But so, what is the number?
What are you overwhelmed with? What overwhelms you when you think about the holidays?
You know what I think it is? I think it's not just the fact that I feel like my duties increase significantly because you're having to run around and get great gifts for everyone and you just feel so stressed out. But also it brings up a lot of feelings, a lot of emotions that I think, we don't have to always deal with it all throughout the year. Feelings of loss and feelings of loneliness and a lot of triggers throughout the holidays. So I think all that kind of comes up too. And so you're feeling overwhelmed and then you're also feeling like a crazy person.
Overwhelmed.
But this isn't my therapy session.
So what can we do about that?
What can we do?
Well, when we feel overwhelmed, the way to reduce that is to plan ahead. So for instance, you were telling me about you were doing this project. And sometimes we get ourselves involved in things because we want to be everything for everyone and we want to make it amazing for everybody, but we forget that in that trying to make it amazing for everybody, we're forgetting about our own sanity. So my first tip would be to really keep it simple. I know we want to be like rock stars, but it's really hard to be rock stars at a time of year when we have to be a rock star for everybody. So maybe certain gifts that take a lot of planning and thinking and time, maybe they're better for birthdays or anniversaries or something like that. I really recommend keeping it simple. We were talking about Christmas cards. I haven't sent out Christmas cards in like 100 years because honestly, to get all the addresses together, and oh my God, I can't.
Or just put a picture on Facebook and say Merry Christmas.
Right.
Right. The greatest gift that we can really give is our self-care. So the way to avoid that overwhelmment, first of all, is to stick to your regular routine. Almost do like a pre-holiday detox. So it's going to sound silly, but here's some tips. Make sure you get enough sleep. Make sure you're drinking enough water. Make sure that you are, juicing if you're into that, eating really clean and healthy because you have all these extra things going on and you want to sort of make room for that. We say damage limitation, but it really is important because if you're not eating well and you're not taking care of yourself and you're not exercising, you're going to feel even worse. So the anxiety is going to be crazy. So we want to try to avoid that.
And then the actual holiday itself is going to be horrible.
Right, because then you feel guilty. I didn't go to the gym. I haven't been eating healthy. And you're just, everything's connected. So when we're not taking care of our bodies and we're not taking care of our mind, and I know, Suzanne, yoga is very important for you.
Yeah.
We're completely out of whack. So even the littlest things seem really, really big.
It's so true because Friday night I came home and I had really good intentions to go to yoga. Well, instead of going to yoga, I drank 3/4 of a bottle of wine. So that didn't really work out so well.
We can talk about that in another session.
And, so yesterday I made a conscious effort. I'm like, I'm going to yoga.
Yes.
I'm not going to drink.
Yes.
I'm going to really take care of myself. And it made such a huge difference. But you just have to really remind yourself to do that.
So important. And it's so important to get enough sleep. It's just so important to really make yourself a schedule, to plan things out, and to just be honest about what you're really capable of doing and what you can say no to.
Well, I'm going to throw you a loop here because
ahead.
this is direct from the Roby household.
Okay.
So, I always struggle with how much should I get the kids?
Yeah. He's
And
always asking me, he's like, do I need to do more?
This. I set a budget. I start early, which backfires because then I'm buying late. And I was down to like 2 big gifts, and I was like, oh, just get both of them. So now I'm way over budget, and they're going to get too much stuff. And how do you marry that so you don't stress out over the gifts, especially with kids?
Well, I have a child too, so I completely understand this. We want the holidays to be amazing. Here's the thing is that we have this idea in our head that the holidays are going to be amazing only if we do X, Y, and Z. And that's just not true. You know what your kids want from you?
Us.
They want your time, they want your attention, they want your presence. And they will understand. Like, kids aren't thinking, oh, my dad didn't get me X, Y, and Z. Trust me. They are so happy to be around the Christmas trees and the lights and the cookies and the friends and the parties. It doesn't make sense to stress ourselves out about stuff like that. And I'm telling you, less is more. They will appreciate, that one big gift and the cute little things so much more than, you don't want your kids to be overwhelmed.
Yeah.
It's overwhelming for them when they've got 5,000 things. And then, you also want to teach your children to be really grateful for what it is that they do have. And in a kind and loving way, because, we've talked about this before. When you're shoving gratitude down a kid's throat, they get a bad taste in their mouth about it. So, you experience that one big gift with them and you really spend time with it. And again, it's that presence. So it's not the amount. It's less is really more. And I totally understand because, I'm a mom. I'm in the same boat. We want our kids to have like the best holiday ever.
Well, especially because, I'm a single dad and, from a divorced family, and you kind of feel some guilt.
But I was thinking about this the other day, and because yes, I have done the divorce guilt too, where you're like, oh, I just have to like give them more stuff. But in reality, they are going to 2 homes now, not just one. So Santa is very generous to divorced children,
And
so I think we got to scale it back a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
You need to return some of those gifts.
Oh gosh.
You know what? Honestly, if you went over and you can return, just do it and see how it feels. Just do it because
Horrible.
It's not,
oh my God.
No, I mean the return.
This is supposed to be not stressing me out. I'm getting hives right now.
And Roby has a broken toe. I mean, look, he's wearing slippers today.
That's my producer's slippers. My foot wouldn't fit in my shoe, so I'm wearing her slippers. Thanks, Steph. The pom-poms make it.
Really, truly.
So what about dealing with some of these feelings that pop up?
Yeah.
Like, how do you, what do you do about those?
Well, there's a couple of things.
Other than drink a half bottle of wine.
Right. Well, that's the worst.
Because, you're
Honestly, you're gonna
supposed to be happy during the holidays.
Right.
And
Right.
there's a lot of pressure to feel happy.
There is.
Exactly. But here's the thing. We're living in the feeling of our thinking, not the feeling of the world. So all of this thinking about the stuff that doesn't feel good, that's not here anymore, just creates more lousy, bad feelings. We forget that we have that power to recognize that stuff, I'm spending a lot of time thinking about it, and it's not serving me. It doesn't mean it didn't happen. It doesn't mean it didn't exist. But what it means is it's not here at this moment, and we can choose to focus on something that feels joyful, like being with your kids. Something that we're
Are you
grateful
talking
for.
about a Disney movie? Let it go like Frozen.
Oh my God, it was on last night! It was so on last night.
I can't.
I was writing my work, I was watching it at the same time.
So basically what you're saying is we get stuck in our stories.
We get stuck in our stories because we live in the feeling of our
Yeah.
thinking, not the feeling of the world. The
it's
world doesn't
it's
force us
Christmas
to think
again,
stuff.
and for what let's say you lost your mother or something
Right.
big like that. So you let that rule your feelings instead of focusing on, hey, I've got these wonderful children that I'm really going to focus on
Yes,
now.
I'm not saying it's easy because
No.
we feel this stuff and it's okay to, it's not about pretending that these things don't exist. It's about, okay, you know what, I am feeling sad and I can shift my focus because nobody's forcing me to feel sad. That's where we get messed up is we feel like it's on us. It's not really on us. We are creating it. Again, it's not easy. It's just that awareness of, you know what, I don't have to live in this space. I can recognize that I'm feeling sad. I can recognize that I'm feeling lonely. I can recognize that I'd like things to be different. But the only way things will be different if we're open to something different. So if we're constantly focused on what doesn't feel good, we're actually closed off to new possibilities.
Yeah, it's true because the minute I start to take care of myself or I go to yoga or I start focusing on something other than those things that bring up the sadness,
Yes.
it really does make a huge difference.
Absolutely. Imagine Publishers
It's hard to pull
Clearinghouse.
yourself out of that, but when you do it, it does make
Yeah.
a huge
Right.
difference.
So here's something cool. Imagine literally Publishers Clearinghouse comes to your door with a $10 million check. You going to feel better?
Roby definitely would.
Yeah. Hell yeah. And come on over. I'll make everyone feel better too, because there is a party at Roby's.
What I'm saying, uninvited, but what I'm saying is it's that one shift.
Yes.
I'm using that as an example,
Right.
but it's that one shift of maybe getting a phone call from
Right.
somebody that just lights you up. It's that
Create
one
your
shift.
own reality.
Right.
Yeah.
You could pretend to have someone come over with a
You could
I do
protect
that every
You
day.
know
in
what?
the
That
heart.
would be an amazing Christmas gift. I'm just going to show up with like a fake publisher's
That'd be so
clearinghouse.
cruel. And then like
protect.
the 26th comes around, sorry, it bounced.
That's right. It's not a real check.
And for people that are feeling lonely, go and volunteer.
Yes.
There's
yes.
so many people that are in need of just some attention,
Yes.
some love,
And
some
what-
caring.
And when you focus on someone else like that, it
Yeah.
really like takes you out of that whole, feeling sorry for yourself, especially
Yes.
when you see how some other people, the situation that they're in.
Yeah.
Like when you really realize, how great you really do have it.
Right.
But that's great
That's
advice.
a
Go
good idea.
volunteer.
Go volunteer
you know?
somewhere, knock on somebody's door. Sometimes there's people in our neighborhood that are lonely. There's older people that don't have family.
Help me with my broken toe.
At least get you some slippers.
Help those Aaron Rogan. I think those are amazing.
They're fabulous. They're absolutely fabulous. You just got lucky with that pair.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, and if you're looking for, places to volunteer, call the United Way, call 211. There's all
The
different
food
services.
shelters always need help.
Yes.
Or
They
just
need
go to your
donations.
neighbor that might need
Yeah.
help.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't have to be
Not
some
far.
organizational thing
Yeah.
or even that much.
Yes.
It can be very easy.
Yeah, we feel so good when we have that connection, when we're helping other people. And that's a way to get ourselves out of that stuck feeling of what we don't have and what we believe is missing. Because when we think something's missing in our life, the only thing that's missing is really us. Because we're just stuck in something that brings us away from the truth, which is that we're really okay.
Yeah.
We're really okay.
We're breathing, right?
We're
breathing. We're
So again,
alive.
it's that self-care. It's the breathing. It's the
Yeah.
yoga. It's the drinking a lot of water. It's the getting enough sleep. It's the getting a massage. It's being really good to yourself and realizing that whatever you do for your children or for your family, it's enough. It really is enough. It really is enough.
All right, Andrew.
They'll open up that gift and that's what it says. I'm enough, kids!
You got me for Christmas!
Yeah. Merry Christmas!
I show up. Here I am.
And I mean, how can we end this any more perfectly than with that? An Eric Roby gift. All right, Andrea, thank you so much. And if you
Thank
want
you.
more information on Andrea and her husband, they run these workshops through Spread Happy.
Yes.
Their coaching business, which is amazing. So give them a call. You can go to Spread Happy.
Spreadhappy.net.
Are you guys doing a Facebook Live later today?
Nope.
No,
It's just
this
us.
is us. This is it. All right, and you can watch Andrea every Monday on CBS 12 at 9 a.m. So watch for her segments. Thanks, guys.
Bye. Don't stress.
Happy holidays.